Hey kindergarten, ready to go on a field study? Before we begin, I want you to look for the thing that says field study, and it's a PDF. It's going to have some things on it that say 3 wonderings, 3 noticings, and a place for reflection. Make sure you're looking at that so that you have something that you can write down any information you come up with, any questions or anything that you notice. So, for this field study, I'm going to walk you through some links, and we're going to see some information about trees, and we're going to explore the Arbor Day website, and then I've got some information about an artist that you're going to learn about. So let's do some exploring. All right. You guys, did you know that Arbor Day is going to be this Friday, April 24th? So Arbor Day is a day to celebrate trees, to help give back to the community about them, to give them some love that trees could always use. Let's look at some tree information. I'll bet you already know some of these, but they're still kind of cool to look through. Like, trees help clean out the air. Trees help remove pollution from the atmosphere, including improving the air quality for humans and our health. They, of course, contribute to our health. Office workers who have trees outside of their offices are significantly less stressed. I mean, I would be really bored if I looked out a window and didn't see any trees or anything very interesting. They can help us clean our drinking water. They help keep the earth cool. Evaporation of water from trees has a cooling influence. And it makes sense. You go out to the desert, you're not going to have much cooling off out there. Trees will also help us save energy. And of course, they benefit wildlife. But did you know that trees can help reduce crime? That's an interesting statistic right there. In Baltimore, a 10% increase in tree canopy responded to a 12% decrease in crime. And yeah, trees increase our property values. They're hard to maintain around your houses, trust me, I know. But when you have trees around your house, it makes for better property value. It makes people interested in buying your house a little bit more. So those are some of our tree facts. Next, we're going to look at a poem as soon as my computer decides that it wants to work with me. The Gift of the Tree by Lenore Hetrick. Trees offer to those who love them a message of peace and rest. They bring the glow of the setting sun as it vanishes in the west. They tell of years that swiftly pass, with little mark or scar. They tell of evenings that know not but the calm of the evening star. Trees offer to those who love them infinite wisdom and grace. Underneath their boughs, tree lovers see eternity's face. So, here's another interesting website on theirs, on the Arbor Day site. It's What Tree Is That? So, look out your window. See if you can pick out a tree and use this site to figure out what tree it is. Now, I'm not going to do a tree that's on our side of the town, our side of America. Let's do the western side. So first I would click western. I mean, we're right here in Georgia. So when you're trying to figure out what a tree is nearby, you want to find your state. But let's pretend that I'm going to pretend that I'm in Oregon, which is this one right here. So I'm going to click western. And then what kind of leaf or cone does it have? And I'm going to say, let's look at this one right here. Let's say it looks like this. Then it says, does it have a few scale-like leaves or no leaves? Then you say yes. Or, does the tree have many leaves that are scale-like? So I picked yes. Are the leaves longer than 1/6 of an inch? Scale-like clusters, small pink-petaled flowers. Ooh, little pink-petaled flowers. I'm gonna do that. Then, what I get from it is that it's a tamarisk, the salt cedar. That's interesting, and it'll give you a little bit more information about, well, a book that you can find, and you can look up that on your own. So I want to show you through a little bit of the Atlanta Botanical Garden website. They also have something called the Candida Canopy Walk, which we're going to look through a little gallery of, and at the bottom of that slide, there's also going to be a link to another canopy walk, but through the rainforest, if you are interested in going on that one on your own. So this is the official link, the Atlanta Botanical Gardens, but this is the actual, here is the beautiful website. You can take a look through it, scroll through. You can it'll help you plan out your, trip if you want to go. You can look at all of the pictures through them. They've got lots of information. And this is someone's personal walk through the canopy garden. So you can see this is where they started. And then they walked through the Candida canopy walk. So here's the pictures of them walking through. So those beautiful colors, those leaves. So it's called a canopy walk because you walk on a raised platform through the forest, and you can see the upper part of the trees, the actual leaves, instead of just being on the ground next to the tree trunks. So this is the one that's in Georgia. It's even got sculptures in the background. Looks like a great place to go walk. And then this one down here is a much longer video of a walk in a rainforest. So feel free to check that one out on your own if you want to go to that one. So next, I'm going to show you about an artist named Titian. He was an American artist. He was born in 1799 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He was born to a family of artists and was trained by his father. All of Titian's brothers were also named after other artists like Rembrandt and Rubens. Titian was the first American artist to travel to the West and record things that he saw. So here's two pictures of him, one that he drew as a young man of himself, and an actual photograph of him as he was an older man. So one of the things I wanted to show you were some of his pictures. Let's look at the trees in these pictures. Do you think this took place close to the plains or in the mountains? If you look at that tree, is it an evergreen tree or is it a deciduous tree? If that's even how you say them correctly. Look at those animals. Why do you think the animals are hanging out near that tree? Are the trees like it in the other sides? Or are they different types of trees? And then there's another one of his paintings. Do you think this is near the plains or near the mountains? What do those trees look like? Do they look like evergreen trees or do they look like deciduous trees? Which I really hope I'm saying correctly. Why do you think those animals are hanging out near those trees? What do you think happened to that tree in the front on the left? Looks like it's had some problems. Actually, if you look in the background, see if you can figure out what's happened there. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this little field study of trees and some art and looking through some websites. On your daily sheet, there will be a link to a PDF which you can fill out. It's got easy things. It's 3 things I noticed, 3 things I wonder about, and then there's space for you to draw or write something or reflect on what you thought about the trees and things. The links will also be on your daily sheet, so you can look through any of the other links that were put on, that were in this PowerPoint. All right, see you guys later.